government. Here now, Michael Waltz, former Green Beret commander and Fox News contributor, and David Tafuri, former State Department official and Obama campaign foreign policy advisor. Gentlemen, welcome. Good to have both of you with us tonight.
Evening.
So, David, you've heard those criticisms of the administration that you worked in, that at the moment that it could have been very instrumental to have American help, there was none.
Well, first of all, I didn't work in the administration. I worked on the campaign, and I previously worked at the State Department. But I agree with you that the Obama administration did not do enough in 2009. So it's a mistake for us to follow the same game plan. And President Trump has been wise to state very clearly up front that he supports regime change. That is the U.S. policy, and we need to state that, and we need to state our support for the protesters. But we need to do more than just tweet. We have to support the protesters by putting more sanctions in place on the Revolutionary Guard in Iran and pushing the UN to do more against Iran. We have to actively support these protesters, but at the same time, we can't let the Iranian regime use it as a talking point that this is a U.S.-led effort. It has to be an Iranian-led effort with the U.S. doing everything it can behind the scenes to support the protesters.
That's a great point, David, and that's where it becomes tricky. They've tried to cut down internet access to people. They've been trying to basically put a stranglehold on these protests, as you know, Colonel, and what the regime does, and they do it all the time, is say, oh, these are just propped up by outside entities like the United States and Israel.
Yeah, Martha, the regime's going to say that and do that anyway, regardless, and they have for years now. But I'll take, I'm in violent agreement with David on this, but I'll take it a step further. This Obama-era argument that we should stand by while people are arrested, tortured, even killed for standing up against a theocratic dictatorship that has killed Americans in the 1980s and continue to hold Americans hostage today is a red herring, and it was an excuse from the Obama administration because at the beginning, from the outset, they wanted an Iran deal and they wanted to do nothing to stir the waters from Tehran to Damascus to Lebanon to get that deal through. And now these people have seen hundreds of billions of dollars flow back into their country, sanctions be lifted, particularly by the Europeans, and nothing in their lives have changed except that the regime has gotten richer and they're paying for foreign wars. These people are protesting because they're hungry, not for political reasons. And what I hope the president will do next is to begin, as David suggested, supporting them with material aid, with communications equipment, and with other covert means to go for the throat of the regime, because that's the only way they're going to stop.
Yeah, I mean, there has been a restive population in Iran that has so much infrastructure, so much history, so much education. I mean, if there's a place where there is the potential for this to be really dramatic and very constructive, it's Iran, right, David?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a moment in Iran, and it would be a mistake for us to miss this moment. And as the political article that you cited suggests, it may not happen right away. This may be the beginning of the end. These protests may be put down, but there's a movement in Iran that one day, hopefully soon, is going to ultimately overturn the police state that is the Iranian regime right now, and we need to be behind that. That's the future of Iran. That's the future of the Middle East.
I know. I mean, you look at the time and breath that is spent, talking about this book, and you see what's happening here. This is history, potentially, unfolding before our eyes, and it's really important for everybody to keep a close watch on. David and Lieutenant Michael Waltz, thank you very much. Great to see you both tonight.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Martha.